I'm taking cuttings for some of these biscuits I got, but I had this pepper plant sitting here and it's doing good. I'm getting lots of peppers off. That's bell peppers or bell-like pepper. I know I can take cuttings off of tomato plants and root them, but I'm wondering, can you take a cutting off of a pepper plant and root it? So I'm going to see. I should know in a few days. But yeah, it's just a thought, you know. I took one cutting off. I ain't gonna cut no more off unless I got more peppers coming on this thing. They're like a bell pepper, but they don't get as big as a bell pepper. And I wish I could remember the name of this thing, but I can't remember the name of it. Now, I'm gonna park this scooter. I got to figure out what I'm gonna plant. GoPro, start recording. Alright, I need to get these over here on my table. I hope these root. I may put some hormone on them just to be safe. Put them in there. But this pepper, we'll see. I hope it does. Because you know, if it does, I wouldn't mind buying a pepper plant from like Lowe's, a nice healthy looking one. Good stout stems and everything, and get it home and take a few cuttings off of it and root them. I also can do that with tomato plants. So if you can do that, I wouldn't have to go through the planting seeds and growing plants and then all that stuff. I could just take cuttings. And tomato plants, that's no problem at all. You can get cuttings off of tomato plants all day long. And that's my snake plants I'm trying to root there. I got a bunch up here that's going gangbusters. Now, I got this other pot the other day. I need to figure out what I want to plant in it. I'm thinking about that arrowhead plant. I'm thinking about it. And the more I think about it, the more I think I'm going to do it. I've got it in a hanging basket. But this would be great. This would be great to put in that and set it on that rail. All right, I got to get a big hole to set that plant down into. Alright, that ought to be about it. Now, next thing I need to do is pull that out like so. See how it works. It's got a lot of roots. All right. Now, I need to get these vines the way I want them. Now, all right, that'll be all right. Got one leaf there I need, actually a couple of leaves I need to cut off. Now, tomorrow, I'm dragging myself out of bed. I'm not gonna lay around. Oops, I farted. I farted, folks. Yes, I did. Now tomorrow, I'm gonna drag myself. I'm getting out here in the morning, I promise. Matter of fact, I might even go to bed early. I'm gonna set that up on the rail. Boy, I wish I had about 10 more of them boxes. $50. There's no way I'm gonna come up with $50 to buy 10 more of them things. All I can do is buy one a month. But what I'm afraid of, they're gonna sell out of them. They had 2 pallets in there full. Now they only got 1 pallet, and I'm not sure how many's on that pallet. They're in boxes. Then they got 4 or 5 boxes sitting loose on top of that at $5 a piece. They want $250 for the whole pallet. I can't do that. But boy, I'll tell you what would be nice is to get some 4x4s and put 4x4 posts in the ground out there in the yard somewhere, and then lay a 2x6 across the top of them boards, and then just set them things on that and paint them, you know, and everything. Well, that'd be nice. But that would tear $100 all to pieces. $100 I don't go. Of course, I wonder, my daughter, she's fixing to get somewhere around $2,000 this week for something to do with all the light bills she's had in Ocala and stuff. She's getting part of that back. They was putting a charge on there every month that wasn't supposed to be on there. Was a class action, and she's in that class action, and it was settled, and she's already filled out the form and sent that in, and she's expecting at least $1,600 back on that. I wonder if I can get her to get me 10 of those while they're still there to get. And I'll ask her about it. Probably no. But that looks nice in that box. That looks nice. Just a thought. But anyway, that looks nice, don't you guys think? That looks nice, and that's the arrowhead plant. I guess out of all my plants, my favorites is the arrowhead plant, the big pothos plant over there that's not doing all that great, and the pothos, and I love these caladiums. Now there's two more caladiums I want to get. They're different colors than these, but they're almost $10 a pop on them. But I love the caladiums. Just some thoughts. Love the prayer plant. It's doing good. Anyway, that's the plan. I'm gonna get myself out here in the morning. I got my cuttings over there. I'm still wanting to get some more cuttings off of well, I think if I've only got about 5 or 6 or maybe 7 different kinds of hibiscus. There's a lot more hibiscus I would love to have. Anyway, that's about it right now. I got all the video, but I got a story I'm gonna tell, but I'm gonna do that in the house. I need to get my I don't think I'm gonna plug that thing up tonight. I'm not going anywhere. Tomorrow I don't have no money. Don't have no money, honey. Money, honey. There was a song like that. Money, honey. I can't remember the name of it. I think it was a country music song. I think. Love that arrowhead. I'm gonna see if there's any different colors of arrowheads too. Love that. Love it, love it. Love it, love it. It's an arrowhead. Oh, and I definitely got to get out here and fertilize everything. Yes, I do. And I'm going to get rid of some stuff that I don't like. It's not going to be any hibiscus. And look at this. This is a hibiscus. Not sure if it's off of that Jane Cowell out there, the one on the side of the house, but look what's coming up on that. First flower it's made. And that one there's the same thing. I think all these might be the same. Not sure. But this is a Jane Cowell, and that thing should be, it may be blooming tomorrow. So look at that. That's what it looks like today. And we'll see how that looks tomorrow. I've got to get this pigsty cleaned up. You know, folks, I've gone over this before, but I'm going to do it again. Some people ask me to show exactly what I do with these things. But these tidy cat, I love 5-gallon buckets too, but these tidy cat buckets, what I like about them, if you got cats and you use tidy cat, or you got friends that use tidy cats and throw the buckets away, get the empty buckets. And I know some people will actually throw the used litter back in the bucket, fill the bucket up with it. But you can put that stuff in the regular trash. But this is what I do, and the reason being, I need the reason I put holes in the side is because as you fill up this bucket with scraps, it needs to get oxygen in there to help it decompose. And you do it from the bottom up. And my thinking is that, this is my own opinion, that as this fills up and you got these holes in the side like this, what it does, it gets air to it. So you don't have to dump it and stir it and all that stuff. Put it in there and it'll do its magic. Am I recording? Yeah. Also, now if you're going to set this in the house, don't put holes in the bottom, because what you're going to have is liquid compost tea, if you want to call it that, and it will be leaking out on your floor. But if you're going to just have it outside like I do, I drill the holes in the bottom like so. Now, what I like about this with the holes in the bottom, if you got it wherever you're setting it, it's on the ground, what's going to happen, the earthworms are going to sense all that. And they love to get into that compost. So what happens is that they'll get into that, and they'll get in there working that compost, and that makes it even better. You get worm castings and all that stuff in it. However, I think I'm gonna start putting bigger holes in the bottom. But they'll get in it like it is. But that's how I make the bucket. And these handicap buckets is so neat. You put your stuff in and close it. Alright, I got a box of scraps I need to get thrown in there, and let me see if I can cut that. This is stuff that, this has never been opened, but we got so much of this stuff from the food bank, we don't use it. So into the compost it goes. And I got taters and stuff, and I just damage them a little bit. This is romaine lettuce. We got so much of that. I cut it up a little bit. Throw that in there. Orange peels. This is something, I don't know why. This is walnuts before it's been ground up and stuff. So that goes in there like so. I don't know what this is. That's peppers that, the hot peppers that we don't use. You put that in there like so. Recording. Yeah. And banana peels. That don't belong in there. That's a so there you go. That's the start of it. Then you just close it up and just add to it. Well, like there's a couple of potatoes that needs to go in there. These potatoes are kind of sunburnt. This is one. I'm recording. Yeah, I'm recording. This is, holy crap. Gee. This is only a couple of weeks old, and this was full all the way up to the top. And look how it's worked its way down and how quick it did it. Oh. You know what? I'm shocked. This was full. And I want you to look. It is really smelling. I'm gonna close it back up. I could be throwing some more on top of this. Whew. Stinky, stinky. But it just goes to show you how fast that stuff works its way down. So you could keep adding to that as it works its way down. But that's working. Now if that was sitting on the ground, it would have worms in it. That's gonna be my next task. I gotta get some of this stuff set on the ground out back. Wow, how about that? I was shocked how quick that run down. I mean, that was about 2 to 3 weeks, if it was that much. And that one I'm just starting to fill up. Actually, I could just, what I just put in that one, I could just pour in that one. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. I think that's what I'm going to do. Let's see here. I'll just put this in here, showing y'all how I'm going to do it. And so there you go. I poured on top of that. Okay. Another thing about these tidy cat buckets, you can just put holes in the bottom and you can grow terrific tomato plants in them. I used to do it all the time. I would start plants, and when that tomato plant got up big enough and it started producing fruit, I would sell them, and I had dozens of them, and I would sell at that time. I was selling them for $14.99 for that tomato plant, up staked and everything, and all they had to do was pick up the bucket and take it home. $14.99 I think is what I was getting for them when I was last doing it. And I used to buy these, I would advertise on Craigslist that I'd pay $1 a piece for tidy cat buckets. And sometimes I'd have somebody bring me 25 or 30 of them at one clip. And I'd pay them $1 a piece. That's back when I had my greenhouse. And I was raising, and I was doing that with pepper plants too. I was doing it with pepper plants, tomato plants, and I was doing it with eggplant plants. But they're handy for a lot of things. But boy, they're handy for making compost. But I didn't realize that one worked its way down that. So I might just keep adding to that till it just won't take no more. That's a thought anyway. You know, these buckets, a 5-gallon bucket is ideal too. But you have to have a lid for it. These right here, when you pick these up, they have a lid on. So now I'm saying the best bucket for like a small person. I'm not a small person. I'm not a small person, but I'm talking about being a small operator. You know, I don't have a greenhouse. I just play with the plants as a hobby, and this is ideal. And but you can do it with a 5-gallon bucket. I have got 5-gallon buckets out there that I do it. But there you go. Ideal situation there. Well, school starts Monday, and Jaden's going to a private school, a church school, and we can't afford a private school for him. But somehow or another, my daughter got a scholarship for him to go. I don't know how she did it. I don't know what the grounds was for it, what the criteria was, but she got the scholarship. And you have to have school uniforms for that school. And it even paid for his uniforms, it paid for his meals, the whole 9 yards, supplies. So I don't know. But he was in the 8th grade last year, and guess what? He's going to be in the 8th grade this year. He's going to have to repeat it. He missed so much school last year. Oh, and it's very close. Actually, it's in walking distance, but we're not comfortable with him walking to and from school. And yeah, I know in the old days that used to be you walk to school. Well, this is not the old days, and I don't think he's comfortable walking to school, and I'm not comfortable for him walking to school either. It's about 2.5 miles. That's not walking distance. Maybe in the old days it was. But he starts to school. You know, I feel like my family is dysfunctional, and I don't mean it in a derogatory way. I just mean about the way the household goes here and everything. I'm alone most of the time. Now, I mean by alone, I mean nobody's up. Like right now, it's 5 o'clock in the evening, and my daughter's in bed. My oldest grandson's in bed, sleeping, and Jaden's in bed, sleeping. I'm alone most of the time, you know. And when I go to bed, they're up and about and working and everything, except for Jaden. Jaden's supposed to be on the same sleep schedule that I'm on, and he will have to be after this school thing starts. Matter of fact, he should. I don't know why he went to bed a while ago, but he did. But yeah, I feel alone. We don't have a regular, normal family routine. But I tell you, that new phone I got, I don't know if I told y'all about it or not, but I got this phone, and I don't know, that just out of clear blue sky, here come this man knocking on the door because he received some kind of application for me to get a phone because I'm hearing impaired. And my daughter said, I believe I did feel something out about that one time. And he said, well, it's up to you. If you want it, we'll put it in for you right now. And what it is, it works on through my cell phone. My cell phone has to be in the house. It has to be turned on, and we have to have Wi-Fi and all that stuff, so I don't know all of what for, but it's installed, it's working. The phone has rang several times since he put it in, but it was junk. It was robocalls, I call them. But I don't, those calls, they don't bother me. I just have to go in. I don't have to answer it, but I just go answer it. And once I realize it's a junk call or a robocall, I just say no thank you and hang up. I don't discuss it with them and no thank you, bye. That may be rude, but I'm not interested. But I've had like 3 or 4 since that thing was in. And I called my sister, the one I hadn't talked to since before I had COVID. Turns out she fell at her house and broke both legs. And she was in the hospital for a couple of months. And she had to go into rehab, and that was 4 months. But she was fortunate. She didn't have to go to a regular rehab center. She had to go to her son's house for 4 months. He lives here in town. He's an RN. He's a registered nurse. And he used to be a physical therapist fellow too. So she went to there and stayed there for 4 months. I didn't know it. She was out of commission for 6 months. And she's a year younger than me. I'm 81, she's 80. I wish I was able to go over there and just spend a day with her, but I don't know if she'd want to do that or not. I would love to. Me and her kind of grew up together. But she's doing all right now. And she's the one that worked over at the hospital. Used to be Monroe Regional, now it's Advent. She worked there for 24 years. She's got a son that works there. He's in maintenance there, and he's worked there for 25 years. His name is Ronnie. Ronald. Everybody calls him Ronnie. And you know, the hospital Advent now, and that's Seventh-day Adventist, and he used to eat his dinner in the cafeteria, but since they went to Adventist, they don't season anything or use any kind of pork or anything, and he just packs his lunch and takes it now. I don't go back over there. I don't like the hospital anymore. And that used to be our go-to hospital. But not anymore. Anyhow, I guess, folks, that's it for this video. I will see you in the next one. Trying to think, I think there was something else I was wanting to talk about, but I can't pull it out. But I don't know. Hey, I got an excuse. I'm 81. I'm allowed. Anyhow, I'll see you in the next one, folks. See ya.